Hello everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome to my Euro 2020, Euro 2021 prediction reaction, I guess. I don't know what to call this yet, and I don't even know if it's Euro 2020 or Euro 2021, and the thing's bloody finished. So today, as you can see, we are going to be looking at my predictions from the start of the tournament. I will also show you my knockout predictions, because I didn't actually show those to you at all. So we can see the difference of what I thought after the group stages and how far I thought teams would go once it got to the knockouts. Now, obviously, we all know there was a few shocks in there. Switzerland beating France was one of them, and yeah, like there was many other shocks as well. So the chances of anyone getting these right was slim, but I think I got a few right. We'll look at the one I know is going to be bad. So let's open this up. And let's scroll down. So, as you can see here, we'll start off with Group A, which you can see I predicted Italy would finish top. They did. I predicted that Turkey would finish bottom, even though many people thought Turkey would be the dark horses. I didn't fall into that trap. That is a trap I did not fall into. Their team should have done better, yes, but they've never seemed to do well. Never seemed to do well, and they didn't again. Wales and Switzerland, I got the wrong way round, so I'm not too disappointed with that, to be honest with you. I feel like, especially when it comes to the two teams closest to each other, I might have mentioned in the video that Switzerland and Wales could have been the other way around. I don't know. I'm not going to react to my video because, to be honest, I just don't want to hear what I had to say. Next up was Belgium, Denmark, Russia and Finland was what I predicted. Belgium and Denmark finished in the positions that I thought, even after Denmark's tragic loss of Christian Eriksen quite early on. Well, I say quite early on, in the very first game. They managed to pull it out the bag, which is brilliant. You know, fair play to them. Finland and Russia got the wrong way round. To be completely honest with you, I think I would have got that the right way round if it wasn't for Eriksen. I felt like Denmark were on top in that game and probably would have won it. Finland only won, I think it's safe to say, because of what happened. So that one I'm not too disappointed with, because quite simply I can't account for someone collapsing on a football pitch. It's just something you hope will never happen, but unfortunately does happen. Group C, however, I got every single one correct. Absolutely bang on from me. I am proud of that. I am absolutely proud. Yeah, I got every single one correct. I said that Netherlands wouldn't look that great. They looked a bit shaky in defence. I think that was quite obvious. But they did score a few more goals than I thought they would. Austria and Ukraine, you know, I said it'd be close between them two. It was. North Macedonia, I said would put up a fight, but, you know, unfortunately it's North Macedonia, isn't it? But they did have a better tournament than I think people thought they would. They looked a lot better than people thought. Group D is the happiest wrong I think I've ever got. England finishing top of the group. I said I believe that England would draw to Croatia and then Croatia would score more goals than us. That was technically, my logic there was correct. Croatia beat the other two teams by more goals than we did. That's a fact. But the difference was we picked up more points than Croatia because we beat them. We drew to Scotland. Obviously, we beat Czech Republic. Czech Republic beating Scotland. Scotland having an awful tournament. I said they'd finish bottom. People think because they're a home nation they're going to do well. Sometimes they don't, even with home advantage. sometimes the quality in the team doesn't shine through. Czech Republic were a surprise package for me, being one of my sweepstake teams, the other one being Russia. I was really happy with Czech Republic's performance in this one, but that was one that I was very happy just to get wrong. Group E was a load of bollocks, right? I'm done. I can't get in my head, right, that Spain reached the semi-finals and didn't top their group. It blows my mind, right? And it wasn't even like, see, with Group F, right? We'll get to Group F in a minute. But the team that doesn't finish top in Group F, right, reaching the semi-finals or the final or even winning it, isn't a surprise. Spain not topping that group is. I think Sweden were the ones that topped it in the end. I completely underestimated Sweden. I completely underestimated Sweden. I thought the fact that Zlatan wasn't there, their star player, I thought that would hinder them. But having players like Ida and stuff in their team really did help. You know, and it helped them to go on and do really well. Forsberg as well, I think, had a good start. I'm hoping I'm getting these players right, because I am known for getting players wrong, getting their nationalities wrong, etc, etc. I should know all my stuff, and I do know it. I just can't ever say it. But yeah, so Sweden were the surprise package. Poland were a massive disappointment. I feel sorry for the Polish, I really do, because you guys have had a great, well, not a great side, but a good side for years, and you just can't get anything out of them. I don't know whether it's the manager, I don't know whether it's the ego of the players, I don't know whether it's just because those players just aren't gelling. I don't know what the issue is, but the fact that you've had an incredible player like Lewandowski come through and you haven't been able to take advantage of that once blows my mind. And Spain were a massive disappointment in the group stages. They really were. They picked up their game later on, but if I'm completely honest with you, except from that semi-final, they didn't impress me too much. They really didn't. There was something about them that just didn't impress me. Then moving on to Group F, I predicted Germany would finish top and France to finish second. Got them the wrong way round. You know, that Hungary game was a weird one on the final game of the group stage. Portugal finishing third, I did predict, and Hungary finishing last. I think Hungary were very unlucky. They drew against France. They nearly beat Portugal. If that goal stood, I genuinely believe they would have beaten Portugal. So I think they were really close, and I think they were close to putting off an upset and finishing in third, but unfortunately for them, they didn't. I feel like Hungary's future is a bright one, and you know, if they can keep pushing, because they didn't have their captain for one of the games, they didn't have their star player for the entire tournament. So let's see what Hungary produce in years to come, because they seem like a challenge. If you're getting them in qualifying, which I think England do, they're a challenge. And then we'll look at the third place qualifiers. I predicted that third place Portugal would get it. They did. I predicted that third place Ukraine would get it, and they did. I also got their positions right. I said that the third place Wales would get it. Instead, third place Switzerland got it. I feel like it's a bit harsh they didn't tick me there, but I understand why. They want it to be bang on. But I did get the fact that the third place team would come from Group A, which I'm really proud of. So I got 3 of the third place teams I got right. And then, unfortunately, Russia did not get through. Instead, it was Czech Republic. It was still one of my sweepstake teams, just not the one I predicted. And then we'll get into this, right? So let's get into this. I predicted that Belgium would win in the round of 16. They did. I predicted that Italy would win in the round of 16, and they did. I predicted that Germany would win the round of 16, but obviously that didn't come to fruition. I also predicted that England would finish would win in the round of 16. They did, but it was against the wrong team, which is why it's greyed out. Which is why we're going to look at my actual knockout predictions in a minute, because that is a lot easier to look at. So then we'll look at this. I predicted that Spain would get through the round of 16. They did. I predicted that France would get through. They didn't. They lost to Switzerland. We'll get to that in a minute. I predicted that Portugal would get through, and they didn't. I also predicted that Denmark would get through, and they did. Then I'm looking at everything else. Portugal did not get through. France did not get through. Instead, Spain and Denmark got through. I predicted Germany would beat England, because I predicted Germany would win the whole thing. I will get to it in a minute. As to what I thought about Germany, we'll get to that in a minute. I did predict that Italy would get to the semi-finals, though. I'm telling you now, if I knew they were unbeaten for 3 years, I might have predicted them to win the whole bloody thing from the start. But we'll get to my knockouts predictions, as I keep referencing. And then I predicted that Germany would win the entire thing. Obviously, I was wrong. Hold my hands up. I was wrong. But, and there's a big but, let's have a look at my knockout predictor. Right. Here we go. So, when I did my knockouts predictor, this was just before the knockout started. I predicted that Portugal would beat Belgium. Belgium surprised me a little bit. They looked a lot better than I thought they would. Italy, I did predict to win, so I got that right. France and Switzerland, if you predicted Switzerland to win, then congratulations to you, because not many people did. I also predicted that Spain would beat Croatia. They did just. I predicted that Sweden would beat Ukraine. Ukraine pulled off a bit of an upset there. Did the red card have something to do with it? I think so. But Ukraine, fair play. You got to the quarterfinals. Be proud of yourselves. I predicted that Germany would beat England. Now, right. I want to be real with you a second, because people won't believe this, but I said, and I believed, Germany would beat England. I thought Germany would make the final, because whoever won that England-Germany game, and I said this as soon as the draw came out, whoever wins Germany-England will reach the final. And if it's England, maybe we stand a chance of winning it. Maybe, because it's in Wembley. Maybe there's a chance we would win it. Alright? Germany, I thought, would win it. Germany did not win it, and England instead made the final. So, I was wrong in my prediction, but how I felt the rest of the knockouts would go based off that game was exactly how I expected it to go. I expected whoever won that game to go coast through and get to the final. Obviously, it wasn't an easy route to the final. You know, I underestimated Denmark a little bit, but I did believe that whoever won that was getting through to the final. I thought their quality would be enough. I just thought it would be Germany and not England. I'm glad it was England. But as soon as we got through that Germany game, I genuinely believed we stood a chance of winning it. I know. Idiotic. Then I predicted the Netherlands would beat Czech Republic. Netherlands are shite. That's all I need to say. I predicted that Denmark would beat Wales. I then predicted that Denmark would beat the Netherlands. Even if Netherlands won, I predicted that they would beat them. So I got it right that Denmark were going to get to the semi-finals. I also predicted that Germany would get through, but obviously it was England, not Germany. It was England, not Germany. I predicted that France would beat Spain. Instead, Spain beat Switzerland, which I think was a bit expected. One player I do want to talk about from Switzerland, though, was Sommer. He had an unbelievable tournament. I feel like if it wasn't for Donnarumma and Jordan Pickford having such a good tournaments as well, then Sommer would have won that goalkeeping spot in the team of the tournament. I feel like Sommer, because they went out in the quarterfinals, I feel like he won't get enough credit. But for me, Sommer was unreal in both penalty shootouts as well. He saved some crucial penalties, and I thought they'd do it, man. Genuinely, I thought as soon as it went to penalties, I thought Switzerland were beating Spain. I really did. I thought Italy would beat Portugal. Instead, they beat Belgium, so I got that Italy would win there. Same here. I thought Italy would beat France. Instead, it was Spain, but I still thought Italy would win. And then down here, I thought Germany would beat Denmark. Instead, it was England. And then I predicted Italy would win it after the group stages. I think like many of us genuinely believed Italy were going to win it. I thought they were the team to beat. After the loss of Spinazzola, I thought there was a chance. I genuinely thought there would be a chance that England or Spain could have won it. Italy, especially in that semi-final, did not look as good as they did in the previous rounds, which is, I think, why Spain looked so good in the semi-final in comparison to the other parts of the tournament, because of the loss of Spinazzola. It really cost Italy, but I think Italy learnt from their semi-final and played better in the final, which is why they beat England. I think Southgate might have got a few things wrong in that final for England, but after doubting him over and over again in this tournament, he deserved me to not doubt him in the final. So I believed in him. Afterwards, retrospectively, you could say he made a few mistakes, but if he'd won that penalty shootout, would anyone be talking about these mistakes? Probably not. So you got to give credit to Italy. Italy were the best team in this tournament. Once it got to the knockouts, I did predict they'd win, which is why I wanted to show you this. You know, that it's very hard from the start of the tournament to get things right. You know, as everyone's found, you know, a lot of people thought France would definitely be in the final. I was one of them. I genuinely thought, I didn't think France would win it. I thought they would, I just didn't think they could reach that final, like get over that final hurdle. But I thought they were a sure banker for that final, and instead they bottled it. They completely bottled it, and Italy rose to the occasion. You underestimate the Italians, they will punish you, and that is exactly what they did in this Euros. Best team in the world right now? It's in the question, isn't it? I feel like they do set up very well, but what would happen once they lose Bonucci and Chiellini, who at the moment look like they're going to play to the age of 70? Once they lose them two, will they be as good as a side? Probably not. But again, can you afford to underestimate the Italians? No, you can't. But those were my predictions. That was my reaction to my predictions. Should I have done top goal scoring stuff? Probably. That is something I will learn from, and I will do in future predictions. And I will try and predict the other stuff as well. But yeah, I feel like my predictions weren't that bad. I really do feel like my predictions weren't that bad. But what did you think of my predictions? Put those down in the comments down below. What were your surprise packages in this tournament? You know, was it the fact that Denmark got as far as they did? Was it the fact that France completely flopped? What were your surprise packages in this tournament? And what were your predictions? Did you think Italy were going to win it at the start of the tournament? Because I think a lot of people did after the group stages. But did you think at the start? And what did you think to my predictions? Put those all down in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you like this video and want me to do more predictions contests, because I actually quite like doing predictions. I like putting my knowledge to the test, because I'm not the most knowledgeable football fan in the world. I'm not like this book encyclopedia of football. I'm not. But I've still got some knowledge of football, you know, playing Football Manager for as long as I have. I've got some knowledge, just might not be as good as a lot of others. But hit that like button if you want to see more stuff like that. And if you do want to see more stuff, hit that subscribe button as well, so you do not miss a thing. And yeah, I shall see all of you in the next video. See ya!